Hi ladies, welcome to this video. So today I'm going to talk about how to start your locks. If you're new to this channel, I welcome you to this channel. My name is Gifty and I've been documenting my microlocs journey for about 3.5 years now. So you can imagine that I still get questions from time to time on how to start locks. There's so much noise in the background of this video. I hope you can actually hear me. People are mowing their lawns, people are cleaning the leaves, so there's so much going on. I hope you bear with me. It's not that quiet. Then the circumstances we are living in right now are giving you the opportunity to actually start them. So I can understand that people are now looking out for this kind of information on how to start their locks. So let's get into this video and I will share the tips that I have for you. Whichever way you want to start your locks, make sure you know how to do that. On this channel, I can only talk about interlocking because that is what I did to start my locks. So I would emphasize on interlocking. So make sure you know how to interlock. Get yourself a doll, this type of tutorial doll. You can get one on Amazon. It doesn't cost that much. Get yourself a lock tool. I would recommend these lock tools. You can get them online, you can get them in my shop as well. And then definitely start learning how to interlock. I have a video that teaches you how to interlock for beginners. It's super simple. So just click here and then you find the video, and then it will show you how I teach you how to interlock. So that is the first thing you need to know. Number 2, make sure your hair is clean. Wash your hair a day before, I would say, so that your hair is not damp. So you can wash your hair with shampoo and conditioner, I would say, but after washing your hair, don't put any products into it because you need the unslippery texture of your hair so that when you interlock your hair, you will not end up unraveling them. So don't put any products in your hair, and then make sure you stretch out your hair. If you're starting locks, you probably are starting on much more coilier, curlier hair. So if that is the case, then make sure your hair is stretched out. You can use African threading to stretch out your hair. You can twist them, you can put them in braids and 3-strand braids, and then you leave them for a day so that your hair will be stretched out, and that way you would have the entire length of your hair to do the interlocking. So by this time you already know how to interlock your hair. So after you stretched out your hair, it's time to put in the braid. Now, putting in the braid, there's so much information about putting in the braid. Actually, I have a PDF that helps you to start your locks in 9 steps. It's called 9 Steps to Microlocs. It's still available. I'm thinking about taking it down because I feel like there's so much information online. I don't need to provide that kind of information anymore, but I still see people downloading it. So I'm going to link it here so you would see how it looks like. If you go into the description box, it's linked below. You can download it. It's a PDF file. So number 2, after you've stretched out your hair, then you create the braid, which is number 3. And I also have a video that shows you how to part your hair, different ways in which you can part your hair to start your braid. And definitely calculate some time into this because parting your braid, that is going to be very important and permanent also for your lock journey. And lots of people regret when they didn't do their braid very well. So if you are somebody who likes putting in styles into your hair, then the braid will be very important for you. Also, the braid is going to determine the size you will be getting for your locks. So make sure you do it right and make sure you choose the right sizes for your locks. So after you have the braid in, you put the sections back into 3-strand braids or twists or African threading, however way, so that you can stretch out your hair. And then after that, you will start with a particular section and then you start installing your locks. So whether it's being through twists, which is the easiest way, I think. If you know how to twist hair very well, you can start installing your locks via twist. And if you are rather familiar with braid locks, you can start with braid locks. I would not advise braid locks. I would advise interlocking and twist, but braid locks is a very tricky way of starting. It's easy, and I almost started my hair with braid locks, but I eventually took out the few that I put in behind my ear because I realized they didn't swell, they didn't shrink, and they didn't fill out. So eventually I'm very glad that I went in for the interlocking. So that is the next thing you do. So you install your locks step by step. Make sure you have enough time. When you are tired, just stop. Don't continue your installation when you are tired, because you end up taking bigger chunks of your hair and you regret it later. So make sure you don't continue the installation if you are tired. Always start your installation when you are motivated and you are fit to stand on your feet or wherever to put in the installation or to install your locks. Don't do it when you're tired. That's one of the advices that I can give you. And then once you are done, you are done. So it can take you from 2 weeks to a whole month. I took 9 days, but that is not the norm. Some people take a little bit less. Some people take 4 days, 5 days. Other people even finish within a day. If you have help, you probably would be able to finish within a day. So whilst you're installing your locks, make sure you have a mirror that will help you to look at the back of your head so that you get clean lines at the back of your head. If you feel like your hair is getting tight and dry and you are not able to do the interlocking well, just spray it with a little bit of water. It would help to loosen up your hair. Don't put in too much, otherwise your hair is going to shrink, but just put in a little bit of water. It will help to loosen it up so that you can do the interlocking, because sometimes when your hair is too dry whilst you're interlocking, your hairs can start breaking off. So it is good to put in a little bit of water so that you would have it easier. And once you are done, you can actually wash your hair. Don't bother anyone thinking you shouldn't be able to wash your hair for a month. That is a myth and it is not true. So you can wash your hair immediately after installing your hair. Just make sure you braid and band your hair. So you braid your hair in 3-strand braids, section after section. You make sure you make it a little bit loose so you don't braid it too tight. And then when you are done at the tip, you put a rubber band at the tip of the braid. You fold the ends kind of like this, and then you put in a rubber band, and then you have the loose roots, so you can wash your hair like this, you know. You can put your fingers at the roots and wash your hair without your hair unraveling, because maybe when you finish your installation, you don't know how your hair is going to react yet. I didn't braid and band because I was sure that my hair was not going to unravel. But for those of you who have slightly looser curls, it's advisable to braid and band before you wash your hair. When you're washing your hair, use a clarifying shampoo. It's a good advice because I feel like it's going to help to keep your frizz in control. If you start off with a clarifying shampoo, it's going to help you. You don't need any conditioner. If you use a conditioner, chances are you're going to unravel your locks, which you don't want. Dry your hair with a hair-friendly towel. I've always been using my SHETOWEL and that has worked for me. So if you have a towel that works for you, use that. But don't, and I would just come with my humble opinion, don't use a terry towel to dry your hair. It is a lint monster and you don't want lint in your locks, especially not at the beginning stages, because you will be so unhappy if you end up having lint in your locks. So just avoid regular towels and use a hair-friendly towel to dry your hair. So that's about it actually. Can you use oils? Can you use products? I would not advise that, but you can use a little oil on your fingertips and rub that on your scalp, because most of the times during the entire installation, if you didn't use any products, chances are your hair is very flaky and dry, especially not your hair, your scalp. So you can use a little bit of rose water, distilled water, and oil. So these are the oils that I use. This is vitamin E oil. I have some rose water that I also use. So you can spray this into your hair. Just use this every other day. Don't use it every day because it will make your hair very frizzy, especially if you're in the beginning stages. You want to tame the frizz. So use a clarifying shampoo, very little water in your hair, and then just make sure your scalp does not have too much oil so that your scalp can breathe. This is a new situation for your hair because you came from somebody who's using products to somebody who's using very little to no products, so your scalp might react. Not everyone's scalps will react, but your scalp might react, you don't know. So yeah, so just keep it moderate, and then yeah, if you finish all these, you are actually on the journey, and I would say welcome to the family. Enjoy your journey. It's with ups and downs, but at the end of the day, you would always know that you would enjoy it, and it will probably be, I don't know, it's my best decision ever for my hair, and it will probably be yours as well. So yeah, congratulations if you made it to this point, and if you are still listening, then make sure you subscribe to this channel. I have so much information on this channel. You can get so much concerning starting locks. I have a whole playlist that tells you the month-to-month progress that I had with my locks. You can check that out, and follow me on Instagram. I post a lot there. I have a lot of posts that showed what stages my locks went through before I got to this stage. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this information that I've shared with you is useful to you, and I wish you all the best for your journey. Comment below if this was helpful, and if you want to know anything else, drop that in the comment section as well. And if you are watching and you feel you have answers to people who have dropped comments, you are free to answer if you have the right answers. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.